pulled off the road to check out this pretty cool waterfall. Welcome back to another episode of Eric's Camping Adventures. We're going to go on another search today looking for some beautiful places. We are packing up at the Goose Island Campground, and we're going to head back through eastern Utah over the border into western Colorado and take in some pretty cool sights. The red dirt and rocks and monuments of the desert biome of eastern Utah is soon going to give way to the alpine biome of western Colorado. You can see the mountains in the distance, and that's where we're headed again. We're headed towards the Summitville mine. We are going to be in the San Juan National Forest, and as we travel up toward the mine, we are going to look for some dispersed camping. I don't know if we're going to be able to find any because there's been some heavy snowfall. But as we were traveling along, there was a little sign for a pullout for a beautiful waterfall, and we just took a moment. We pulled off the road to check out this pretty cool waterfall. We are traveling Route 160, and this is the Wolf Creek Pass. We're going to go over the pass and head back down into the valley and find some national forest roads that lead to the Summitville mine. If you're wondering where we're at, we are on Route 160, and that is the South Fork of the Rio Grande River. As we come up here a little bit closer, there is the Park Creek Campground, and then we're going to cross over Park Creek. This is National Forest Road 380, and we're going to follow that up towards the mine. Just like the previous image from Google Maps, the map up to Summitville mine is pretty clear. It's about 18 miles, takes about an hour to drive up it. Gaia doesn't really add anything special except shows you where there's some branching trails, but as we got up higher, we found out that all those trails were covered with snow and had not yet been cleared. You can see that the early spring of the lower elevations has given way to the cold and the snowpack at the higher elevations. This was a pretty smooth ride up the mountain. The road was cleared. There was a few bumps in the road, but basically it was pretty level. You could have gotten up here with a car. You would not have needed to have any special capability. Now, to pull off the road, I would have been frightened to do that. These snowfields were pretty extensive, and the ground that was clear, you could see in some of the video that the tire wipes or the tracks were actually filled with water. I would not have wanted to pull off onto the soft dirt to do some dispersed camping. You can see the depth of the snow at the top of the mountain, and this is still May, so obviously this has not melted off yet. We did get out of our vehicle just to take some pictures next to the snow, and my wife had to pose for a picture just to show how tall she was next to that snowbank. We might be able to scramble up there. The Summitville mine has been in operation since 1870, and it was primarily to extract gold and silver. It was an open pit mine, and at this point it's no longer in operation, but it is a major disaster site from the use of cyanide to extract the silver and gold, and there's a lot of heavy metals. I'm going to say, if I read it right, in the first 2 miles of the water that come off of the mountaintop. Now that's being worked on, and it's not unsafe to be up here or breathe the air, even though it does have a little bit of a smell to it that just smells like a chemical burning plastic smell. You can see from these old buildings that there's quite a bit to see up here, so it's not unsafe to be up here. But I don't think I'd drink the water here, running down that creek just right after it comes out of that cleanup site. As recent as July 1st, the Denver Post had an article about the cleanup at the Summitville mine, and it really is a pretty bad disaster site. They're trying to do the best possible to fix this back up, realizing that they just don't really have a chance of getting it back how it was, but they're going to get it as best possible. It's actually snowing out there. Look at the snow coming down. We started heading back down the mountain, and we were hoping that maybe at the downward angle, we'd see a better spot to try to get the pilot and the camping trailer in, but there really weren't any spots that I thought we had a 100% guaranteed chance of getting in and back out safely without getting stuck. So we just headed on down the mountain and hit the road again. There were some dispersed camping sites in this open valley at the bottom, but again, it was just wet and there was no cell signal if I got stuck, and we saw no one else on this road while we were going up or down. Once we got out of the higher elevation, the clouds cleared. The river was beautiful beside the road, and we got down to the bottom and got back to 160. And we're going to head to my favorite spot of the whole vacation next, and that is in the San Juan National Forest still, but it's just some quiet, dispersed camping along a river. Come back.